Good morning. Today is Friday, the 3rd of January 2025, and the time now is 24 minutes past 11 a.m. in the morning. My name is the Bull of Lewisham, and I'm a prize fighter, boxer, pugilist. When I was growing up, when I was probably about maybe 13, 14, 15, women, West Indian women or African women would say, "Oh, I could read you like a book," that they could read me like a book. I find that rude. I find that rude. Now, if I'm 55 now and I was 13, 15, so that was probably 40, 40, 42 years ago, which is a long time ago. 42 years ago. 42 years ago, long time ago. But they used to say, I could read you like a book now. I'm curious as to why they say this shit to me, these ones, in a Brexit. I don't know why they talk this way. But it must be that, because they're in a Brexit, it must have been Brexit from Born Terror State then. We must be cut off from the rest of the world. So their mentality is they don't really give a fuck about what they say to people because they're in a Brexit. So there's no repercussions or justification or answering for this their tomfoolery. They don't have to worry about anything because the energy just goes out into Brexit and it just stays there in a Brexit. It doesn't go around the world because they're cut off. I'm using it as an analogy. I'm saying that must have been the case because the way they spoke them days, you think that, well, how can you say that? So maybe, even though it wasn't Brexit 42 years ago, it wasn't Brexit, but the mentality, they must have been thinking, well, we're separate. Like, you're not in part of the world. We're separate from the rest of on planet Earth. So it must go back, that mentality, that thinking must have been there then. The same thing. That they're an island, like Jamaica. That they're the same, they're an island. They're not part of anything, they're separate. Now, my grandmother, that fucking idiot, she came here from Jamaica. Now, I'll tell you the story. She was poor. They had no fucking money. Like, she was poor. Not like a tramp, but it was close. No. She wasn't a tramp. What I'm saying, they were poor. When I say tramp, I mean there was no money. Like Jamaica, where she was, like, I'm talking about a long time ago. Like she was dead now, but she died at 89. But like 90 years ago in Jamaica, them days there was no money, especially in the slums, in the shanty towns. Because I think they were in the shanty towns. You know what shanty town like? They didn't have a proper house, so there was no food and no money. So she came to England. So that's the story. So anyway, so from there now, what I'm trying to say is, so it's not separate. So this year, I can read you like a book. So I'm like, well, hold on. How can you read me like a book if you don't know me? Like I haven't sat down with you in my bedroom or in my mother's living room, telling you like what my favorite color is, you're my favorite football player. Because I think them days I wasn't really. I started boxing. I was 1 year into the boxing training. 1 year. That's not much. 12 months, but I didn't tell you. Like I didn't tell you like I didn't tell you like who my favorite football player was or who my favorite action hero was or my favorite film was, Superman or I didn't tell you that. Can you read me like a book? Can I read like a book? You didn't know like you may have known who my best friends were. Like, you may have known, yeah, you might have known that, but you didn't know like what my favorite part of the area was because there was different parts of the area. You had the canal, innit? The canal. You had that football pitch with a single goal. You know, that one there by Edward Wilson's school. Remember Edward Wilson? That football pitch. The stone with the concrete. Was that my favourite part of the area? Or was it downstairs with the garages? Or was it, you know what I'm saying? Or was it the shop up by, you know where, you know how you come out Bourne Terrace and you turn right and you walk up, and if you're going to like the top of the park, there's that shop there on the corner. Remember the newsagents with the Indian man in there, very quiet man. Remember that shop? Was that my favourite part of the area there? Back at the back round the back there. Was that part my favourite part, or was it? You know what I'm saying? Or was it? Thinking of different parts now. Was it the skateboarding and cycling rink at the back there? You know, by the station Royal Oak. You know how to walk around there, up and down on the back. Remember the slopes? Was that my favourite part of the area? I never went on the slopes much. I think I tried it once or twice on my bike. Remember? Was that part there? Or was it? I can tell you that's about enough now. So what I'm saying now, did you know all of that? Did you how can you read me like a book? Do you know like what my favourite part was? Did you know? I can't go too much, but did you know? You can read me like a book. Did you know? I'm just trying to think what to say politely. Did you know? Did you know? Or did you know? Or do you know? Did you know? Where my cousins lived, because I have cousins. They're still alive. My cousins, yeah. Three girls and one boy. There's four of them. Do you know where they live? Did you know where they live in Mozart? Not many people knew that I had cousins there, even though they were moving. They didn't know that I had cousins. Even had cousins there. I didn't tell them. I never told none of them that I had cousins there. Not one person that said, I've got cousins in Mozart State. I never said anything to anybody about that. I never said it. They came to the yard once or twice, but I never said to like any of my bees or my friends that they're my cousins. I've got cousins there. I never told them. All that time, no. I never told anybody about my other cousins. So did you know the cousins I had? So you can read me like a book. Like I'm trying to break this down now. So when I was in Bourne Terrace in that yard, there you're growing up. I went to school and all that, yeah. So you can tell what I'm thinking and doing. You can read me like that. And fucking hell, what kind of Joe is this? So you was there now. So you're this little African girl, whatever you are, yeah. I'm there now on the flex. So you can tell what I'm doing. You can read me like a book. Read me like a fucking book. Now, right, that's an incredible phenomenon. I'm only joking. Not an incredible phenomenon, but what I'm saying is, them days there now. It could be laugh. It's so God so funny. You can read me like a book. That's a funny thing to say. Because they never flex them days there. Them guys were so busy, innit? Chartwood Estate, Warwick Estate, innit? Labrador Grove, Willesden, Harlesden, Kensal Rise, Kensal Green, and all of that. Edgware Road, Liston Green Estate. You could read all that. How did they say that to somebody like that? And then they did. But anyway, it's incredible. But anyway, yeah. So anyway, she said, "Oh, I can read you like a book." So I thought, right, that's a bit deep still. Are you a psychologist then? Because I don't even think that psychologists can read people like a book. You know, psychology. You know, they're trained like psychology. I don't think they can go to someone and say, "Yeah, even though I've got a degree in psychology, that I can read you like a book." They might be able to say, "I can understand your habits or your certain things, but not read you. I can't read you like a book because that's really deep, isn't it? That's like God, isn't it? Only God can say that. If there is a God, only God can say something. I can read you like a book."